Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Inside the birdcage, it's Monday Night Basketball. Welcome to Vermillion, South Dakota, as we get you set for a matchup. Pine Ridge coming in ranked number 5 according to the media standings of last week, that is. Of course, new media standings about to come out here in the next 18 minutes. We'll update you where Pine Ridge is at. Taking on the Vermillion Tanagers, a team that is trying to bounce back from, 48 hours ago, taking on the number 1 team in Class A, and as Coach Jay Drake has gone on record to say, the best team in all of the state of South Dakota. Tough loss for the Vermillion Tanagers against Sioux Falls Christian. 81-50 was the final score there. But before we get more into this matchup, let's recap this weekend. And first, let's begin with some of the biggest news around the state of South Dakota here in the DAC-12, and more specifically in this region. Cole Larsh, we saw Dakota Valley lose for the first time in 62 games. Almost set the state of South Dakota record. Now, they did set the state record for at least most consecutive wins in Class A, but very impressive over the years to see what Dakota Valley put together, including finishing at 3rd in state and also 2 first-place finishes back-to-back, and again, losing to Hamlin on Saturday night. Very impressive, though, what the Panthers did throughout those 62 games.
Yeah, it was, and I think it just kind of goes back to the culture that they developed is, okay, we're kind of on this streak, and you kind of knew from a while that they're going to have some special teams coming up, and then it just kept on going. It just seemed like every single game they played, it's like, oh, here we go. Dakota Valley's going to get another big win, and no matter who they played throughout the course of those 4 years, they just told themselves, all right, we're going to come in with a mentality that we're going to beat you guys, we're going to run up the floor faster than you guys have, and then we're just going to shoot the ball better. So, I mean, what an incredible run that they had, and all good things have to come to an end.
Certainly so, and I was maybe hoping that Vermillion could get them, and they can still get them, but that the record is officially over with. And also in other news as well that was announced yesterday, the DAC-12 NEC Clash was released on the boys' side. The Vermillion boys will be playing this weekend at 3:30 against the Parkston Trojans. Now again, Britton Heckla of the NEC has stepped out of that tournament for the past few years, so the NEC needs a fill-in team, which has always been the Parkston Trojans on both the boys and girls side, and it just happens to be that this year Vermillion will be in a rematch taking on Parkston this Saturday. We'll have all the coverage for you right here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. And also other news, as we mentioned, the boys lose on Saturday 81-50, but also the Vermillion girls in that Buster Blizzard happening in Irene. The girls fall to Florence Henry 45-31. The Vermillion girls now fall to 7-3. Again, they were receiving votes to be inside the top 5 according to the media, and here in the next 15 minutes we're going to find exactly how far they fall, if they still are even in the standings for this upcoming week. And it's going to be a very busy week as well, as Vermillion boys, as we know, playing tonight against number 5 Pine Ridge, and then coming up both teams in a doubleheader on Thursday. The Vermillion boys, as we just mentioned, playing Parkston coming up on Saturday afternoon, and then the Vermillion girls in action Saturday night in the Sacred Hoops Classic that will be happening this year instead of at Augustana at Mount Marty University. We'll have the coverage right here for you on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. All right, let's get into this matchup, the Vermillion Tanagers and Pine Ridge Thorpes. Again, Pine Ridge coming in ranked number 5 last week according to the media. 7-1 overall. It has been some time since Pine Ridge last played, and how does Vermillion bounce back after that loss against Sioux Falls Christian? To dive more into this matchup, that's on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at gotanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to three, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back inside the birdcage, as currently seen on your video stream, the JV game that is currently going on. 55-55, locked in ourselves another good game in JV action. You may remember it was just on this weekend. On Saturday, we were watching some JV action. The Vermillion boys went to overtime against Sioux Falls Christian. Now, the Vermillion JV team eventually would go on to win that game. In fact, Vermillion went 2-1 this past week, and of course, losing that varsity game and dropping to 7-2 overall and 4-1 in the DAC-12. And 48 hours later, a little bit more than that, the Vermillion boys try to refocus after they lost to Sioux Falls Christian 80-51 to get ready for the Thorpes, the ranked number 5 team, a Class A, according to the media last week. Of course, the media polls are going to come out here in the next 10 minutes, and we'll see exactly where Pine Ridge is at. But quickly talking about Pine Ridge, of course, this is a team that made the trip last year to Vermillion and make the trip once again, but it has been quite some time since they last played a game. You have to go all the way back to January 9th when they last played. Now, they were supposed to be in action over the past week, but of course, that bad weather that has affected all of the state of South Dakota has moved some games around, and Pine Ridge, as we mentioned, has not played a game since January 9th. So, again, getting ready to take on the Vermillion Tanagers. As we mentioned, Pine Ridge, ranked number 5, according to the media, 7-1 overall. Their only loss comes back just after the new year, where they lost to Hot Springs, who is receiving votes 54-64. Otherwise, they have gotten wins, including they were the L&I champions this past year, getting wins over Omaha Nation, Lower Brule, Lakota Tech, and then eventually beating Rapid City Christian. Now, those 4 games all kind of happened towards the very beginning of the basketball season, if you will. If you're not familiar with the L&I, that happens right at the beginning of the season. So we're talking December 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Otherwise, the only other comparable games that Vermillion would really look at is against Groton area, where Pine Ridge did beat Groton area in the Corn Palace 73-62, and also in the Corn Palace, Pine Ridge beat West Central 56-51 in a close game. But Cole Larsh, as we know, for Pine Ridge, as any Native American school, it's all about going fast, up-tempo, get a lot of shots up, and try to expand things to just really move in your favors. It's not necessarily looking for the best shot. Sometimes it's all about the quickest shot.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I think Pine Ridge does really well. Is a lot of times they're going to try and get some steals, and they're going to play pretty aggressive on the defensive end, as we're seeing in this JV game that is now slowed to a snail's pace with all the whistles that have occurred just in this fourth quarter. But they're going to play aggressive on the defensive end. They're going to try and pick your pocket a lot. You got to have a lot of ball security, and then once they get it, they're going to want to run the ball really fast. They're going to instantly look for the drive. If the drive's not there, they're going to kick out to somebody who's probably wide open on the three-point line, and there's a good chance they're going to make it.
Something else with Pine Ridge, as we saw last year, and head coach Jay Drake will allude to it coming up here on our pregame show, is last year Vermillion got Pine Ridge here inside the birdcage, and Coach Drake said, hey, it might have been one of our best offensive games of the season. Cole, this is all about an offensive bounce back for the Vermillion boys. We saw what they did. 51 points they put up. Not only was it a bad game shooting, but also head coach Jay Drake said to me, hey, it was a really poor game for me coaching as well. Maybe I didn't do things right. Looking back at it, there was a lot that I could have done better as a head coach. How important is this one for Vermillion to bounce back after playing Sioux Falls Christian? You have ranked number 5, Pine Ridge, according to the media, and then Achilles heel Del Rapids coming up on Thursday, and then Parkston once again in the DAC-12 NEC clash. How big is this game tonight?
Well, a lot of these games are going to be big. It's not only just the offensive bounce back, you might say, but you just got to keep your head to the grindstone, because there's a long season, and you play a really tough DAC-12 schedule, which you already picked off 3 wins from. Every team you play is going to be good from here on out pretty much, so you got to keep that mentality. You got to keep grinding. You cannot give up on yourselves just because of one bad game, and no matter what, I mean, just keep slinging the rock around, keep throwing it up there to the hoop. Like we always say, the law of averages, eventually they're going to start going in.
You may remember this is the halfway point of the season for the Vermillion Tanagers. As we mentioned, 7-2 coming into tonight, and after tonight's game, it'll either be 8-2 or 7-3. Cole, let's go off that record for just a moment. After last year's season and going into this year, we talked about being undersized and a lot of experience back from a year ago, but these guys are still sophomores, juniors. Even Bryson Skogsberg's a freshman, you look at it. Did you think it would be this good of a record as we hit the halfway point of the season?
You know, I didn't think maybe quite this good of a record. I mean, you're obviously going to pick off some wins every once in a while if you just play the game long enough. I mean, that's just kind of how it rolls, especially in basketball, but it's just one of those deals where, you know, you come in maybe not having the highest of expectations, then you start exceeding those expectations, and all of a sudden, oh no, we played the number 1 team in the state and we didn't do very good. Now what's going to happen? Don't have to worry about it. Everybody's going to lose to Sioux Falls Christian probably, unless it's some out-of-state team. So you just got to keep your head down no matter what. And, you know, like I said, maybe it was a little better than I thought, but this team I knew coming in was very talented.
And certainly is a tough schedule for the Vermillion boys over these past 9 days that began on Saturday again, a loss against Sioux Falls Christian. But as we mentioned, Pine Ridge, that number 5 team, according to the media, again, we're about to find out where they find themselves out in the polls. Del Rapids on Thursday, their DAC-12 team, Parkston rematch, if you will, of the DAC-12 NEC clash that is coming up. And then next Monday, you may remember back here inside the birdcage, a makeup game against Madison. Madison does find themselves 5-5 overall, but they are still ranked number 2nd in Region 3. That's just how tough that region has been so far this season. And with Madison's size, it's going to be very, very tough for the Vermillion boys. looking at this quick score here, it's 68-62 here at the moment, the final 58 seconds of the basketball game, at least on the JV side. We are seeing some free throws. I believe we just saw a technical was assessed against Pine Ridge as well, but it looks like Vermillion does have a chance to win this JV game, and of course getting set for that big matchup coming up here against number 5 Pine Ridge. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up that JV game and get to you to our coach's interview with head coach Jay Drake. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Since 1966, Louie's Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and Southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louie's Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Producers, now's a great time to get your seed meters inspected so you're ready for spring planting. Right now, Grossenberg Implement, your John Deere dealer with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, is offering $25 labor per row all month long. Contact one of Grossenberg Implement's service managers and schedule your planter seed meter inspection so it's ready for spring. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Go to grossenberg.com for details.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back inside the birdcage as we get you set for a tip between the Pine Ridge Thorpes and the Vermillion Tanagers. Well, just announced a moment ago, the media rankings are out. Pine Ridge finds themselves still at number 5, 7-1 overall compared to the Vermillion girls as well. They've been receiving votes or inside the top 5 all season long. They are officially out as they enter this week 7-3 overall. That loss to Florence Henry has knocked them officially out of the rankings. So a quick update there, but now we draw our attention to this matchup against Vermillion and Pine Ridge. As again, Pine Ridge has not played a game since January 9th. They have been set to play games, but because of the weather, they have not been able to play. So it's been over 2 weeks since this Pine Ridge team last played. Where for the Vermillion Tanagers, it's been 48 hours as they try to bounce back against Sioux Falls Christian, at 81-50 loss. So we recap it with head coach Jay Drake, exactly what happened in that game and how his team needs to get ready for Pine Ridge. Here he is on our pregame show. It's the head coach of the Vermillion boys, Jay Drake, with our pregame interview. Jay, before we get to this matchup against Pine Ridge, let's recap what happened Saturday. We knew they were going to be a tough Sioux Falls Christian team, but they get even better when it seems like they can't miss a shot. And on the opposite side of that basketball game, it seemed like you couldn't buy a bucket at times, especially in that second quarter. Walk us through, recap the game against Sioux Falls Christian on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, like you said, disappointing for us. We said, over this 10-day stretch, and it started on Saturday with Christian, we're going to play 5 games in 10 days. And the nothing against anyone we've played before that, but the competition's going to get a lot better. And we're going to really find out a lot about ourselves over this 10-day period. And starting off with Christian, like I said, before the game, that's what I feel is the best team in the state, regardless of classification. And playing that game, nothing's changed, on my opinion. And then it's one of those things that we're disappointed. Obviously, our kids played hard and stuff, but we didn't get anything done on either end of the floor. When you're playing a good basketball team, now credit to Christian, part of that is us struggling on both ends of the floor. It's due to them and how good they are. But we struggled shooting the basketball, obviously, and even at halftime, we told our guys we had a bad second half against Boys Town this year where we gave up 52 points. And in the first half against the Christian, we gave up 49. And it's one of those things, we can't always bank every night on if we're gonna shoot well. But we're at 23 points, and giving up 49 is too much. If we at least defend the way we're capable of and make it a little tougher on Christian. I thought they were able to get to their spots too easily. We didn't give them much resistance to them getting to their spots, and obviously they're good basketball players who can knock down shots. But even if we have them in the mid-30s at halftime and you're struggling shooting on the offense end, if it's 35-23, you can at least feel like you're within striking distance and you're one good quarter away from maybe giving yourself a chance in the fourth.
Jay, before we get to this matchup against Pine Ridge,
probably going to have our worst offensive and really our worst defensive performances of the year. And again, some of that's a credit to them. But if that's going to happen, I would have told you it's going to get out of hand in a hurry, and it did.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Have to give some credit to Sioux Falls Christian, the way they were shooting, especially there in the first quarter, and then we'd go down. And as you know, you always say can't trade buckets, and you weren't even trading buckets with them. They were just hitting, and we just couldn't seem to get anything going. But as you mentioned, it's time to bounce back with this tough stretch that you are on. Pine Ridge team, what do you know on them about scouting? Because this is a completely different Pine Ridge team. You know from your younger days with Winter, there's a lot of movement on the reservation when players were bounced from team to team almost, it seems like. So how much different is this Pine Ridge team than what we saw a year ago in Vermillion?
Yeah, what people don't understand, a year ago, number one, that was probably our best game of the year. If you asked us what were our best games playing, I would say the Pine Ridge game, obviously the Lennox region game, and the Dakota Valley game in the regular season. But Pine Ridge was an 18-4 team last year, and the Sodak 16. Good basketball team, and we really played well on both ends of the floor a year ago. Now they've got probably, I think, 3 starters back, 4 or 5 guys that were in their rotation a year ago. But the key piece is obviously Marvin Richards. Has came in, I believe, from Lakota Tech, and he's going to be an all-state basketball player this year as a sophomore, and he's really had some big games. And they're a confident group. They present a lot of the same problems that Sioux Falls Christian does. They've got a lot of guys that can put the ball on the basketball floor and attack the basket, and they can space the floor because they've got 3-point shooters. And, the other day we didn't keep people in front of us. We've got to help too much. Our rotations are slow. And then when you have a kid like Richard that can go get 30 on a given night, it presents a lot of problems. And just the Native American culture, and they love the game of basketball. They'll travel anywhere. They'll play anyone, anytime, any place. We respect that. And they're going to be excited. They haven't played in 12 days, 13 days here. They know we just played the number 1 ranked team in the state, Pine Ridge now here. They won the Lakota Nation this year. They're ranked in the top 5. I think they're 4th power points wise. They get to play a team from a different area of the state to kind of see where they're at. And they've played 2 games against probably similar type teams as us. Both were in the Corn Palace, but Groton, team that, we'll see here in a couple of weeks, but is having a lot of success up north in Region 1, and they're the 2 seed in that NEC DAC-12 clash this weekend. But they beat a good Groton team at the Corn Palace by, I think, 10 or 11. And they also beat a team we've seen, obviously, in the DAC-12 West Central by 5 or 6 at the Corn Palace. And so we've got those would be similar teams to us, I think. And we got both those films just from a style of play to be able to see. And they present a lot of matchup problems for us. And yet for us, after Saturday, sometimes, it's less than 48 hours, basically 48 hours later here with the early time frame at 5:30 game. We need to get back on the court. We need to try to kind of wash away some of that stuff from Saturday, and no better way to do it than one of the better teams in Class A.
Yeah, certainly going to be exciting, as you mentioned, with Pine Ridge and just Native American basketball. They know what it's all about. Go fast, and it's going to be a shootout, or that's exactly what they want it to be. Of course, with head coach Jay Drake, he does not want that. But how much is this going to be defensive-minded for your squad? I felt at a time in that second quarter in Sioux Falls Christian, you didn't use a timeout that I usually thought Jay Drake would. How much do you want to make sure that Pine Ridge doesn't run with tempo, that they are out of it any way possible you can, whether with your timeouts or defensively?
Yeah, it's funny you said that, because I actually, we had a quick kind of walkthrough practice, game prep for Pine Ridge yesterday afternoon. And that was the first thing I told our crew yesterday, that, I didn't think we played very well on Saturday, but I also, some of that stems from the leadership in myself, and I didn't think I coached very well on Saturday. And one of the things I said is that I probably, which is unusual, I looking back, I probably should have used 2 timeouts in the first quarter, to be quite honest, before it got to 25-13. Thought we could maybe play through some of that, see if we could get through it, but and then before you know it, the game gets out of hand. So again tonight, you're right. They want to get up and down, and the thing is, we're not afraid, and we'll get up and down with teams. We have to understand, though, and we tell our guys all the time, that you can play fast as long as you're still doing it disciplined and under control and making good decisions. And that's the big key. Is sometimes you get going playing too fast and you make dumb decisions, and that's what we've got to stay away from today, because they're the type of basketball team. They can score points in bunches, especially with Richard and with the three-point shot. But the other thing is the last couple of games now, even the EPJ game last Tuesday, we had too many turnovers. Christian the other day, and we constantly tell our guys we can't have our offense leading to offense for the other team, which is making poor basketball decisions, turning the ball over in the full court where they can get out and run in transition and get easy ones on the other end. So we're going to have to be good with the basketball, make good decisions. And, for them, they'll push it a lot off of makes even. And we got to get the ball stopped and do a great job in transition defense.
Coach, before I let you go, as you saw yesterday, the DAC-12 NEC Conference Clash was released. You hinted at it as well. Nice job for your group of guys. You grabbed the number 3 seed, which, of course, recently in years, you were kind of in that top 5, it seems like. And you get Parkston. You thought maybe it might be Groton area. You get Parkston again. What do you think about that matchup? A team that's not actually from the NEC. They're just the one that's the pickup team. But you get to play Parkston again. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's one of those. We knew kind of the last week or so they were going to go through the games this past Saturday, and we knew we were probably looking at that 3-4 seed, and we knew it was probably going to be Groton, Parkston, or Tiespazina. And, again, it's one of those things. We'll play anyone. You've got to be prepared to play anyone. Selfishly, we were probably kind of hoping for Tiespazina, partly just because we play Groton a week from now, next Friday. We didn't want to have to see the same team twice in a week. Mm-hmm. And then with Parkston, obviously, we played a few weeks ago at their place. But it is what it is. It could be a lot worse. I think Millbank got matched up with Del Rapids. They play tonight, and then they'll play again on Saturday. So, that crazy stuff. Parkston is filling in for Britton Heckla. Britton Heckla would be the 11th team in the Northeast Conference, but they've elected not to play in it the last couple of years, so we've got to find another team. Parkston's kind of been that team the last few years. And, we saw them here a couple weeks ago, and it was a very good basketball game, a physical game, and we're going to have our hands full. And it's just part of the stretch we're in with Christian tonight, Pine Ridge, Dells on Thursday, Parkston, and then Madison next Monday. We've got to get things corrected from Saturday, or like we told our guys, it could snowball the other way in a hurry here when you're playing so many games in a short period of time.
Once again, that is head coach Jay Drake as he wraps up talking about the DAC-12 NEC Clash there and how big of a stretch this is for his group of guys. Again, we talk about this 9-day stretch they are on starting this past Saturday against Sioux Falls Christian and that 81-50 loss. They were ranked number 1 in Class A. Tonight it's number 5 in Class A, the Pine Ridge Thorpes. And then coming up, the Achilles heel, if you will, the Achilles heel, I should say, for Jay Drake and this Vermillion Tanagers team, Del Rapids. It doesn't seem how good or bad Del Rapids is, they always seem to really put a thorn in the side of the Vermillion Tanagers. And then that DAC-12 NEC Clash coming up this Saturday, it is going to be a rematch of Vermillion and Parkston. Again, we may remember Vermillion got that win earlier this season in a very physical, close game in Parkston. So it's going to be very, very tough stretch here for the Vermillion boys. And then even after that, next Monday, they get them ready to take on a Madison team that does sit at 500 currently, but again, is always a tough matchup, especially with the size of Madison as well this season. Certainly going to be tough for the Vermillion Tanagers. Quick look, by the way, as Coach Drake alluded to it, the DAC-12 NEC Clash. When it comes to the DAC-12, Sioux Falls Christian got the 1 seed, Dakota Valley the 2 seed, Vermillion boys get that 3 seed, Lennox gets 4, Del Rapids gets 5, T area got the 6 seed, 7 was Madison, 8 was Canton. West Central, the 9 seed, Elk Point Jefferson, the 10 seed, and the 11 seed was Tri-Valley. And you can look at this season so far for the Vermillion Tanagers. They beat a lot of those teams, at least on the bottom half of it. Again, Vermillion is 4-1 in the DAC-12, but their 4 wins do come against the bottom 4 teams in the DAC-12 so far this season. This game tonight is certainly going to be another measuring stick for the Vermillion boys to see exactly where they are at this season, coming in 7-2 overall, taking on a Pine Ridge team that has not played since January 9th, a team that is 7-1 overall. We're going to step aside for our national anthem, and when we come back, it's our starting lineups in the tip between Pine Ridge and Vermillion. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Welcome inside the birdcage as we get set for Pine Ridge versus Vermillion. Pine Ridge coming in ranked number 5 in Class A, 7-1 overall. Let's get to our starting 5 for the Pine Ridge. Thorpes, tonight's starting 5 will be number 0, Xavier Little, the 6'3" senior guard. At number 1, Marvin Richard III, the 6'2" sophomore guard. Number 3, Dominic Gosbear, the 6'3" senior forward. Number 11, Anthony Steele, the 6'1" junior guard. And number 15, Jalen Royland, the 6'2" senior guard for Pine Ridge. This is not the same starting 5 that they have had this season. It is a little bit different as they have switched things up from actually their last game they played, which again comes all the way back on January 9th. So a lot of things have shifted up for the Pine Ridge Thorpes. All right, for the Vermillion Tanagers, nothing does change. It is the starting five that we have seen now through 10 games. That does include number 20, Connor Rohrig, the 5'11 senior guard. Number 22, Bryson Skogsberg, the 6'1 freshman guard. Number 23, Zone Robinson, the 6'1 senior guard. Number 24, Carter Hansen, the 6'3 junior guard. And finally, his younger brother, number 33, Trey Hansen, the 6'3 sophomore guard. And that is your starting five for both the Vermillion Tanagers and the Pine Ridge Thorpes, as Vermillion, coached by head coach Jay Drake, Pine Ridge, coached by Casey Means. Pine Ridge will be in their all-black uniforms, numbers and letters that are in white, outlined in red. Whereas the Vermillion Tanagers in their home white uniforms, numbers that are in red with the letters that are in black, outlined in red. Casey Hansen, it will be Carter Hansen and Xavier Little to meet in the middle, re-tap. As now we're ready to go, and the opening tap is won by Marvin Richard III, and it's a straightaway three to begin the basketball game as Richard hits it, and it's a quick 3-0 victory. Along with my broadcast partner, Cole Larsh, what a good way for Pine Ridge to get the game started.
Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. I expected either a quick set play or a quick three.
And Bryson Skogsberg, after he went 0 of 7 on Saturday, nails his first three, and we're tied 3-3, and now a quick turnover trying to get in the front court. It's Carter Hansen back out to Trey Hansen. Tries to drive, but his space is cut off. Still Carter as he drives in, puts up a shot, and gets the friendly roll. And Vermillion takes their first lead of the basketball game as the Tanagers bring a press. Pump fake the three was Little. Back to the top with Richard. Richard dribbles it back to the Tanager logo as Pine Ridge sets up the offense. They want to get it to Jalen, but they go back now to Little. Little has his space cut off. To the top, they work it with Steele. Steele out to Little. He'll shoot the three. Airballs this one, and it's into the hands of young Skogsberg, which now we just call him Skogsberg, as his brother no longer plays. He'll shoot the quick three. The bank isn't open, and it's rebounded by Ghost Bear. Ghost Bear across the Tanager logo quickly. Over to the left wing three-pointer. This one rattles out. Loose basketball. Still, it was kicked around there for a moment. Picked up by Pine Ridge. Three. This one is good for Richard III. And he now has 2 threes in the ball game. 6 points for him. All 6 for Pine Ridge. And they take back a 1-point lead. 6-5. 6-10 first quarter. Skogsberg out to Trey Hansen. Now down to Rohrig. Rohrig tries to put up a shot, and it's going to be saved before it goes out of bounds. Loose basketball trying to be picked up by Pine Ridge, and finally do so. And Pine Ridge just out-hustling the Tanagers here in this opening stanza. Three-pointer is off the mark, and right now, Pine Ridge, it's just shoot the three and see if they can't make something happen. Ball is poked away from Hansen. Will go out of bounds and stay with the Tanagers.
This is exactly the type of tempo and the type of speed I expected Pine Ridge to play. Now it's going to be a matter of whether Vermillion can come out and try and match the tempo.
Now, Jay Drake doesn't mind. He just wants Vermillion to play smart with the basketball, something they haven't done at times so far this season. Three-pointer from Trey Hansen's off the mark. Rohrig gets the offensive board. Out to Carter Hansen, back to Trey, back to Carter. Pump fakes the three. He tries to drive in. His space is cut off. Still battling up tough. Goes up with his shot. Misses. But he is fouled for the first foul that goes against Pine Ridge. The foul will be called against Ghost Bear, picking up his first. First free throw is up and good for Carter Hansen. He now has 3 points. Second free throw is off the mark, so we are tied at 6-6 apiece, but it's an offensive rebound for the Vermillion Tanagers. At the block, kick back out to Robinson. Robinson kicks out to Skogsberg. He pulls up, the 15-footer is good. And Bryson Skogsberg has 5 points for the Vermillion Tanagers. And Vermillion also takes back a lead 8-6. And who saw this one coming? Casey Means calls the first timeout against Jay Drake. And usually when things are this high tempo, it would be Jay Drake who would call the timeout first. Don't forget, Tanager fans, the Vermillion Baseball Association is having their Chili and Wild Game Feed fundraiser coming up on Sunday, February 4th from 3 to 8 at the Charcoal Lounge in Vermillion. It's $20 tickets, which includes fresh walleye in Chislik from 4 to 6. Kids' meals will be available for $5. Tickets can be purchased at the door the day of the event. Again, that's coming up Sunday, February 4th from 3 to 8 at the Charcoal Lounge. So Casey Means uses his first 30-second timeout. 8-6. It's a 2-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. And a quick design play off the timeout. Dominic Ghostbear scores his first points, and we're tied once again at 8-8. Quickly in the front court, Trey Hansen was hugged there for a moment. No whistle was called. Turnaround jumper is off the front of the iron and rebounded by Pine Ridge. And it's going to be poked away from behind. Trey saves it to Carter. No look pass to Zoe, and reverse layup is good for Robinson. He has his first points of the basketball game. Vermillion almost playing at a faster pace than Pine Ridge here at the moment, and it's working in their advantage.
And that's really hard to do, Heath.
Yeah, I say Pine Ridge can go. It's their type of basketball. But remember, Cole, Pine Ridge has not played since January 9th. It's been a few weeks of a layoff for them. Try and make the pass to Little, and it's stolen away. Quickly Tanagers the opposite way. Robinson trying to go up through contact. No whistle was called, and here comes Pine Ridge, a 4-on-2 the opposite way. To the wing, three-pointer. This one is off the mark. Here comes Scotesburg the opposite way. A one-on-one. Diving was Pine Ridge. A foul is called. That's laying it out there. Richard tried to get the steal from behind. Scotesburg blew by him, and in the end, a whistle is called against the Thorpes. And the foul that will go against Steele, picking up his first. First free throw for Scotesburg is good. He has 6 in the ball game. Marvin Richard III has 6 points, 2 3-pointers. And we're going to see Cerny will come in the ball game for Rorick. Also, we just saw Hollowhorn, the captain, check in for Pine Ridge, as it was Little who took a spot on the bench. Second free throw is good. Young Scotesburg, after he struggled Saturday afternoon against Sioux Falls Christian, has 7 in this opening quarter. It's along the wing for Richard. Richard, guarded by Robinson, juked him out of his shoes for a moment. Trying to direct offense, Vermillion a 4-point lead, which is their biggest lead. Back to Richard, another 3 for him, and it's good as he falls down, and Casey Means wants a foul on the 3-point attempt, not gonna get it. 12-11, 3:15 first quarter. Trey Hansen gonna drive in, scoop layup is off the mark, tips it back out. It's gonna be saved by Pine Ridge, and here they come quickly the other way. It's Richard, kick out, 3-pointer for Steele is good. Steele, his first 3-pointer, and now a timeout from head coach Jay Drake. Will step aside and take the timeout with him. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 14-12. Here inside the birdcage, the Thorpes have a 2-point lead. In fact, 12 of their 14 points have come from downtown. Just what we expected, though, from this Pine Ridge team. Can shoot the 3. Of course, the L&I winners this year as they beat Rapid City Christian. That was some time ago, over a month ago, when they won that tournament in Rapid City. Back into action here after the timeout from head coach Jay Drake. Skogsberg's three is blocked there by Steele. Quickly the opposite way. Richard drives in and then is stripped from his hands, but he tried to collect it, and it went out of bounds last touched by Richard, and it will be Vermillion basketball. 2:38 first quarter, 14-12. So check the instant replay there. Trey Hansen into front court, and now we're going to get a foul offensively against Carter Hansen. So he picks up his first personal and the first team foul.
Yeah, he's just trying to run a little rub screen. You almost call that in football, but I don't know if he's actually intentionally setting the screen, but defender must have sold it good enough like he was setting the screen, got the moving screen call.
First foul against Vermillion. Only 2 against Pine Ridge here in this first quarter. Throw it down underneath. The size, the shot is off, but Kane Hollowhorn, the 6'7" senior, will be shooting 2. Hollowhorn, one of the captains, a part of this Pine Ridge basketball team. You feel like with the rotating starters that this team has, that he might have gotten the start tonight, because that's a big size advantage for the Thorpes. But Hollowhorn getting some playing time now. Misses the first free throw. Second one is up, and he gets this one to fall. So it goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. It's back up to a 3-point lead for Pine Ridge. Carter Hansen into the front court as the bench gets allowed for Pine Ridge. Trey Hansen lets his defender jump up in the air, missed the shot, nothing called, and then Skogsberg is wrapped from behind and will head back to the charity stripe. Nice job there on the shot, though, before, as Richard got back to the ground. And that's why there was no foul called, as Trey Hansen went with his shot. But Skogsberg got the offensive board, went back up, and he was wrapped around and got the foul called. He hits the first free throw. He's now 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. 8 points in this first quarter. 15-13. Second free throw, this one is good. So we have a glitch there on the scoreboard. 15-14. Cole, is it just because the reader doesn't want to read the number 5 right now?
I think so. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It just does, yeah, it's just grumpy at me.
Doesn't like the number 5. So, again, Pine Ridge has 15 points here in the ball game, even though it says 1 at the moment.
Now it says 16.
Oh, well, they got 15. Saved by Pine Ridge, and then they say a travel against Hollowhorn. Again, 15-14, 100 seconds left in this first quarter. We just have technology that can read a scoreboard, and right now it's not happy with the scoreboard. That's why we're seeing that weird number. Carter Hansen into the front court. As recently checked on the game, Cole Tweeten. Robinson back to Landon Cerny. Now to Carter Hansen to the top with Robinson. Triple teamed underneath, but still goes up with a shot and gets it to go. And Vermillion now takes the lead, 16-15. Again, it's not 16-16, it's 16-15. Inside to Hollowhorn, and he scores. Hollowhorn, 3 points off the bench.
Really good job there by Michael Kale to find a wide open Hollowhorn.
By the way, the score is now correct.
That's weird.
Trey Hansen has it, kicks it over to Landon Cerny. Hands off to Carter Hansen, pump fakes, drives, almost lost the basketball. Collects it back. Trying to find a player to toss to, gets it finally to Robinson. Tweeten trying to lay down a screen, and they say a jump ball is called. And possession arrow favors the Tanagers. We're going to see a substitution as Skogsberg comes back in the game, and Robinson will come out. Also, Ghost Bear will check back into the ball game. See the Vermillion girls basketball team is practicing in the backcourt. They make their way to the locker room. Cerny has it, back to the top, wide open. Skogsberg, he misses. Wowzers. Doesn't usually miss that type of shot. Now the pass inside to Hollowhorn at the block, and charge is going to be taken by Skogsberg as Hollowhorn just laid the shoulder. Picking up the 4th team foul. And the first against Hollowhorn.
Yeah, Skogsberg didn't really have to sell the contact. You know, usually you look at previous games and he might be one of the ones where he kind of gets a little bit of contact and sells it. No, that time he was playing run over on that one.
Cole, remind me, I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
At the quarter break.
All right.
21 seconds remain in this first quarter. It's 17-16. Pine Ridge is playing a full-court press. Not going to allow Vermillion easily to get in the front court to hold for this last second shot. It's controlled with Trey Hansen. Hansen tries to split by a double team, and another jump ball is called. And it will be Pine Ridge basketball with 4.1 remaining. As now the varsity girls basketball team makes their way to the locker room. Richard III has it for a last-second heave. He puts it up. This three is off the mark, and that is the end of quarter number 1 with Pine Ridge a 1-point lead, 17-16, as we head to quarter number 2. That is on the way here in 60 seconds on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 17-16 after quarter number 1. It's the Pine Ridge Thorpes that lead it over the Vermillion Tanagers. Great to have you along here inside the Birdcage. For our Live Ticket family out there, including Pine Ridge and Vermillion, glad you can tune into this Monday night broadcast of high school hoops. Vermillion will begin with the basketball to start this second quarter. Trailing by 1. It was a back-and-forth affair there in the first quarter. Roehrig has it, corner 3. This one's going to be off the mark, and it's rebounded by Pine Ridge. Both teams had a player that hit 9 points in that opening quarter. Both teams used their benches as well. And again, never got bigger to a 4-point lead for Vermillion, never bigger than a 3-point lead for Pine Ridge. Underneath, and the reverse layup is good for Gosper. He has 4 points in the ball game. And back to a 3-point lead.
This Pine Ridge squad really good at driving in and finding a wide open cutting teammate. Really good at sharing the ball once they get it inside.
Hands on defense, stripped out of Hansen's hand. Now 3-pointer for Skogsberg, missed. Roehrig just forced it back up. That was luck there. That was luck.
Just a wee bit, just a wee bit.
I think he might have lost that as it came out of his hand going back up too. And somehow he got the touch of the front iron.
It looked like it was going to be halfway short on a 4-foot shot.
3-pointer, this one is off the mark. Gotta believe that's about the 11th 3 attempted by Pine Ridge, but that's of course expected for this team. Trey Hansen, dribble in between the legs, gonna attack, space cut off, and then a reach-in foul as Pine Ridge wanted to explode the opposite way. Pine Ridge picks up their first of the second quarter. It's also the first that will go against Richard III. 19-18. We're going to see Gosper check out and Anthony Steele check back into the game. Vermillion a chance to take back the lead, trailing by 1. Trey Hansen has it. The Tanager script far side. As we see it, back to Skogsberg. Turn around in the lane. He leaves it short. Got got knocked over too. Want something called, not going to happen. A pass almost stolen away by Trey Hansen, but it went through his fingertips. And then Pine Ridge saves it from going over and back. Corner three. Oh, you wanted them to hit that. That was so smooth. And the ball goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it was last poked out of bounds by Xavier Little. Cole, they just look so good when they save it from either going out of bounds or, as we saw that time, in over and back.
Yeah, you see a lot of these times with this Pine Ridge team is just because it plays so fast, and I'd say there's a good 85% of the time that ball goes in that hoop. Also, by the way, there was a foul on Little there poking the ball out of bounds.
Okay, it was a foul called. Thank you. Skogsberg, deep three for him. That was NBA range. Missed, and then it goes out of bounds. Which, by the way, Little picked up his first and the second team foul now. Quick substitution as Gosper will check back in. And Little will check out. Now for Pine Ridge, no one in foul trouble as everyone has picked up one out of a total of 6 fouls called against them here in the basketball game. Still with a 1-point lead, 19-18, 5:37, second quarter. Trying to get down to the block. And then Skogsberg is going to pick up another man maker inside the lane, as this one is going to go against Hollowhorn, picking up now his second and the third team foul. 5:34, second quarter.
I think somebody's going to be coming for their older brother's record here, whether it's this season, next season, or I guess one of his next 4 seasons playing with the Tanagers.
Yep, has plenty more of seasons underneath his belt. Again, Gilbertson set that record a couple of years ago just for old Skogsberg to take it. Now young Skogsberg is coming for it. He drives in, and he hit his head on the ground. They are going to play without him for a moment. The official did check on him. Hollowhorn misses underneath, and then we have Robinson, who got hit in the face, a foul that was going to go against Robinson. Picking up his first and the first team foul. By the way, Skogsberg is going to stay out there, as again, he did hit his head, and it took him a moment to get up.
Referee did make sure for a while there inside the lane that he was okay.
Yep.
Before getting the ball inbounds.
Pine Ridge driving inside here these last few possessions, and the turnaround jumper is good that time for Gosper. He now has 6 points in the ball game. Back up to a 3-point lead for Pine Ridge. Across the Tanager logo, it's Trey Hansen over to Carter Hansen. Skogsberg in the corner, back to the top with Robinson, and it's stripped out of his hands, then bumped, and the ball goes out of bounds. And this is Pine Ridge just being handsy here in the basketball game, getting clean strips, forcing turnovers of the Vermillion Tanagers. 4:42, second quarter, 21-18. 3-point lead for Pine Ridge. A right-handed dribble by Steele. Inside they go once again, back out, deep three, this one front iron, loose basketball picked up, and now it's a 2-on-2. Bounce pass inside to Rohrig, off the glass, and good for 2. So Vermillion, defense to offense, trails by 1 once again. That is kind of the mark that we have stayed at here in this second quarter. It's never bigger than a 3-point lead for Pine Ridge. Across the Tanager logo, brings Richard III. Picks up his dribble, goes over to the near side, 3-pointer off the heel of the iron, loose basketball. Vermillion just can't collect. Straightaway 3 now. This one is off the mark. And to Carter Hansen it goes. And Cole, that is something we have seen so far here in the basketball game, is Vermillion's had opportunities to rebound. They just haven't necessarily collected it fully.
It's one of those things, like we looked at previous games for the season, especially was it that T game where they gave up 11 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. It's something that's kind of been a problem throughout the season for Vermillion, but just with, mainly because they've been undersized in all the games. This game, they're really not that undersized. It's just Pine Ridge is so fast going after the ball that Vermillion just can't keep up with them.
So another foul as well was called against Pine Ridge, which was their 4th team foul. Now loose basketball as bodies hit the floor, and here comes Pine Ridge, the drive in. Didn't necessarily dunk it as it went out of Richard's hand as he went to the iron, but still fell through. They treat him like he dunked it, might as well. He's got 11 points for the basketball game, 23-20. Timeout for head coach Jay Drake. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Cleaning up some sweat here at the moment. 23-20. The Jay Drake timeout. Need someone to inbound the basketball, and we're about ready to go here in this second quarter. 3:33 remaining in this first half. Vermillion Tanager still trail it by 3. They have not had the lead yet in this second quarter. They've gotten close multiple times, but again, have never had the lead. Pass trying to get to zone Robinson, and it's saved once again by Pine Ridge. Quickly the opposite way, defense to offense. Layup is good by Jalen as he has his first points of the basketball game. It's the biggest lead as well for Pine Ridge by 5, 25-20. Robinson. Carter Hansen. Hansen's gonna get the easy look, an easy drive. 5 points for him in the basketball game. Quickly the opposite way, it's Pine Ridge. With Anthony Steele, everyone impressed there for a moment with his handles. Gives off to Richard, who is the leading scorer for either team with 11 points here in the ball game. He had 3 threes in that first quarter. 25-22. Drive in, floater with the left hand is off the mark, and Cole Tweeton hugged the basketball against Hollowhorn's face. And Hollowhorn somehow still comes away with it. He has 5 points, and now we're going to get a foul against Casey Means. And
warning.
It's going to be a warning. 27-22, 2:21 second quarter.
And I think what it is it's not Means, it's the assistant coaches. Is the head coach, they've got quite a bit of leeway with the referees on asking about calls and talking about calls. It's when the assistant coaches start getting up and they start getting vocal, that's a big no-no in the referee's eyes.
Vermillion will also make a couple of substitutions during that break as Carter Hansen hits a 3. As we saw Cole Tweeton and Connor Rorig come out of the basketball game. Quick 3 the opposite way. This one's off the mark, but it's another offensive rebound. Back out 3-pointer, good! As Anthony Steele hits his second 3 of the ball game. And it's another offensive board that transitions into points for the Thorpes. 30-25, 1:45, second quarter. Trey Hansen, tacks at the elbow. Turnaround, jumper is good for Trey Hansen. In fact, that's Trey's first points of the ball game. The leading scorer this season for the Vermillion Tanagers. Jumper the opposite direction, missed. Skogsberg won the go fast, but Pine Ridge gets back quickly defensively to cut off everything. Carter Hansen over to Robinson. Heel attack and a nice man maker taken inside the lane that time by Richard III. And Robinson picks up his second personal and the second team foul. Now Hollowhorn will come out of the basketball game, and Little, the senior guard, will check back in. For Pine Ridge, 30-27. There's a 3-point lead for Pine Ridge here in the basketball game. This will be Richard who brings it across the timeline. Working it over to Jalen. He'll drive, and a whistle called during the shot. Count the bucket, and the and-one opportunity. You can see here on the instant replay, it was tough defense there by Connor Rorig, but made contact as Jalen went up. Rorig picks up his first. Third team. Here we go. Free throws up, and this one is off the mark. So we'll stay a 5-point lead. Again, Pine Ridge has never had bigger than a 5-point lead here in the ball game. Carter Hansen over to Skogsberg. No, ball is tipped. Tipped again on the save. Finally goes to Pine Ridge. Quickly the opposite way. Over to the wing. 3-pointer. No, foot was on the line. The foot was on the line by the Neo official as he saw it up close and personal, 35-27. Trey Hansen in the lane, puts up his shot. They say no, foul occurred before the shot. 2 free throws upcoming though, and now Trey Hansen's gonna lay down. The foul was called against Ghost Bear, picking up his second personal. Again, 15 fouls, so it is gonna be free throws no matter what. Free throw is off the mark. 34-27. Free throw up, and Hansen will get the second. 6-point lead for Pine Ridge. Shot clock is off. They can hold for the final shot of this second half if they decide to. Jay Drake almost got taken out on the pass. He ducked out of the way. Still controlled with Steele. Steele makes his way over to Richard. Richard will put it up and hits another 3. It's his fourth 3 of the basketball game. He's got 14. Rorick, catch and shoot 3. This one is off the mark, and Pine Ridge takes a 1-point lead and makes it a 9-point lead as we go to halftime. Put up 20 points in that second quarter, Pine Ridge. Again, they lead it 37-28. Our first half statistics are coming up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV.
Gliding to the basket, out to 3, Jay Hayes, good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Pine Ridge, what a great second quarter they had. 20 points. Due to a lot, Marvin Richard III, 14 points in the ball game. Money for him. In fact, that was 14 points, 4 threes that he has hit here in the ball game. And then after that, it's all Pine Ridge team basketball. The scoring has been kind of spread throughout in those 2 quarters. And again, that is a reason. And the speed as well. You can't say enough about Pine Ridge. That's what they're built on, speed. There's a reason why they are ranked number 5. Yeah, it hasn't been since January 9th. Since they last played a basketball game, but you could not tell whatsoever that they've had such a long layoff of hoops. They are flying around, and again, lead it right now 37-28. As we take a look back at our first half statistics, Cole Larsh, as we mentioned, balanced for the Thorpes. What are we seeing in that first half?
Yeah, it's been very spread out once you get past Marvin Richard III, so we'll start with him. 14 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal in the first half for him. Then we'll just go down the roster numerically as I see it on my sheet. Xavier Little has a rebound. Dominic Ghostbear, 6 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Anthony Steele, 6 points, a rebound, a steal, and a block. Jalen Ruillard, 6 points, a rebound, assist, and a steal. And Kanye Hollowhorn, 5 points, 6 rebounds, and assists. So once you look past Richard's 14 points, you got 6, 6, 5, and 6 for Pine Ridge. They score 17 in the first and 20 in the second for their total of 37 points. Then on the home side, the Vermillion Tanagers, kind of a quiet second quarter for them, except for Connor Rohrig, who had 4 points all in that second quarter, as well as 4 rebounds. Leading scorers is Bryson Skogsberg with 8 and 3 boards. He did not score in the second quarter. And then Carter Hansen also has 8, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for him, with 3 in the first and 5 in the second. Then we'll get to the rest of the roster. As I said, Rohrig with 4, Zone Robinson 4 points all in the first quarter, and Trey Hansen 3 points on an old-fashioned 3-point play. Back in that second quarter, he also has 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Vermillion 16 in the first, 12 in the second for their 28. Vermillion's also 5 of 8 from the line. Pine Ridge just 1 for 3, so a combined 6 for 11. Very few free throws compared to the amount of fouls we've seen. I'm surprised that neither team has been sent to the line more.
And at halftime here, just a moment ago, recognizing the entire wrestling team for the Vermillion Tanagers, as again, the wrestling team was supposed to have a duel earlier this winter season. That did not happen because of the winter weather storm and is not set to be made up at this time. So the wrestling team will not have a home duel this year. So that's why they're getting recognized here at halftime. Again, the Thorpes lead it over the Tanagers 37-28. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we get you set for the second half. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and Southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louis Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do. and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back inside the birdcage as we get you set for the start of the third quarter. Pine Ridge really expanded their lead there in that second quarter. Vermillion saw just 12 points compared to 20 points for Pine Ridge as they have that 9-point lead, 37-28 here at halftime, putting up 20 points in that second quarter. A big thank you to Marvin Richard III as well for Pine Ridge, who has gotten 14 points here in the ball game, including 12 of his 14 points from downtown. Tanager fans, fun event coming up. The Vermillion Baseball Association is having their Chili and Wild Game Feed fundraiser coming up Sunday, February 4th. From 3 to 8 at the Charcoal Lounge in Vermillion. It's $20 a ticket, so don't miss out. You can purchase tickets at the door the day of the event. Also, one other note, Vermillion will be playing the DAC-12 NEC Clash for the boys event coming up this Saturday. It was announced yesterday, the Clash results. Vermillion is the 3 seed and will be playing at 3:30 as they take on the Parkston Trojans. We'll have the coverage right here for you on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Also, want to give a huge shout out to our Pine Ridge friends as also part of the Live Ticket TV family. We thank you for tuning in to the broadcast this evening. I'm Heath Nimke along with my broadcast partner, Cole Larsch. Let's meet our starting five for both teams once again, as it will be Little, Richard, Go-Spare, also Steele, and Jalen out there for the Thorpes, and for the Tanagers, Roehrig, Skogsberg, Robinson, Hansen, and Hansen out there for Vermillion. Pine Ridge will begin with the basketball, attacking from right to left as you see it. We switch sides for the second half, and a 9-point lead for Pine Ridge. It is also their biggest lead of the ball game. Design three-pointer. This one is off the mark. Vermillion's going to need some more of that from Pine Ridge if they want to make a comeback here. They also need to get the offense going as well. Try to sneak one underneath. And it's a bad pass by Roehrig. Quickly, here comes Pine Ridge the opposite way. 3-on-2, square it up, three-pointer. Oh, just off the mark. Pine Ridge begins 0 of 2. Quickly, straight away 3. How about 1 of 3? And this time it's Go-Spare who's able to connect. He's got 9 points for the ball game. And it's now a 12-point lead. Biggest lead for Pine Ridge. Over to the corner, and we're going to see a ball that went out of bounds for the Tanagers. Again, Pine Ridge fans, the Thorpes come in ranked number 5 in the media standings. Of course, they have been number 5 over the past couple of weeks, but have not played a game, but still retain that number 5 position. Vermillion lost the number 1 team Saturday, Sioux Falls Christian, 81-50. Back into action. The ball that went out of bounds. It's controlled with Pine Ridge. They drive in. The scoop layup is good for Richard. He's got 16 points here in the ball game. And Pine Ridge really starting to open this one up. They lead by 14. This Vermillion has not scored yet in this second half. Over to the corner. Skogsberg will shoot the 3. This one is off the mark and rebounded by Little. He brings it in the front court. We'll hand it off now to Go-Spare. Spin in the lane. Scoop layup is no good. Tanagers slow things down as they bring it across the timeline with Carter Hansen. Dribble in between the legs. Pump fake one way. Go the opposite to Robinson. The top with Trey Hansen. Leans into the shot. This one is off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Will tip it back to his brother. And it will be Trey Hansen, who goes almost out of bounds, but they're going to say no, a foul on Jalen. For the contact he makes, picking up now his second personal in the first team foul. 42-28, 6-11 second quarter.
Vermillion has not scored to start this third quarter yet. The drive in by Skogsberg goes up with a shot and gets the favorable roll. And with that, Skogsberg, who did not score in the second quarter, finally hits double digits with 11 here in the ball game. Still a commanding lead for Pine Ridge. Jumper the opposite way. The 15-footer falls for Steele, who now has 8 points in the ball game. Back up to a 14-point lead, 44-30. And now a timeout called by head coach Jay Drake. We'll step aside. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 44-30, 5:39 third quarter. It's a 14-point lead for the Thorpes. As they'll be after the 60-second timeout from head coach Jay Drake. He does have 2 remaining, trying to get his team back into it. I wouldn't say Vermillion is out of it, especially with their shooting they can bring, but we have not seen it here now in almost 6 quarters of play. Them being at 30 is very low for what they averaged so far this season. Skogsberg misses underneath, goes back up with it, and is able to score. Bryson Skogsberg, the freshman, now has 13. He is leading the way. As I mentioned, Vermillion's just been quiet offensively. Over to the corner. The drive in, Jalen puts up the hook shot. This one's off the mark. So again, Vermillion, who averages coming into the ball game 67 points, well below their average. The drive by Robinson, high off the glass, and gets it to fall. Is this one going to start to open up for Vermillion as they draw it to 10?
It's going to come down to their defense so they can keep getting stops against this high-powered and fast-tempoed Pine Ridge offense.
Pine Ridge almost looks a little gassed as Richard brings it across the Tanager logo. Vermillion fans as well starting to get into it. Steele gets it back to Richard. A high 3. This one's off the mark. Robinson looking behind him, knowing he has the defense close to him, gets to Skogsberg, and now we're going to get a timeout from head coach Jay Drake. And I think this is going to be used as a 60-second, or are they saying an official's timeout?
They're going to say it's an official's timeout. Is it just because Robinson had to tie his shoe? Maybe.
Well, Trey Hansen tied his shoe as well. I think that's very forgiving that they did not put a timeout against Jay Drake, because he did call for one there. Well, back in action here. Carter Hansen wants to drive. Pass over to Skogsberg. Fakes one way. The scoop layup can't go. It's going to be an offensive rebound for the Vermillion Tanagers, but a reach and foul as Trey Hansen did lose it. And then Gosper is going to foul. So he picks up now his 3rd personal and the 3rd team foul. Excuse me, 2nd team foul. But Gosper picked up his 3rd. He comes out of the basketball game. 44-34, 3:59 third quarter. Inbound, Robinson has it. Spin in the lane, Cole. Both teams have spun quite a bit tonight. We have yet to see a travel called for either team. And now a foul that will go against Landon Cerny before the shot. Cerny picks up his first, team first.
I think a lot of it's because form a sentence here. I think it's all because they've been so fast and because the pace is so fast. And part of it is they don't want some simple spin move travel calls ruining the momentum of what's been a pretty fast-moving ball game.
44-34, another three missed by Pine Ridge. Can Vermillion try to chip away? Skogsberg, a deep three, gets it. Bryson Skogsberg now has 16 here in the ball game. As head coach Casey Means is calling for offense, Pine Ridge slows down for just a moment. As all of a sudden Vermillion is trying to get back into it underneath, design play, and it goes to Richard. What a great play there by Pine Ridge. And Richard III has 18 points here in the ball game. Trey Hansen picks up his dribble, goes back behind, deep three. Carter Hansen leaves it short. Vermillion there wasn't there to rebound and then lost it out of bounds. Was steal. He was just going a little bit fast there on the train tracks and lost it out of bounds. They'll give it right back to Vermillion. 46-37, 9-point lead. That was the lead at halftime. Pine Ridge has gotten high as 14 here in this quarter. Vermillion has never brought it under this mark of 9. Trey Hansen underneath tries to make a pass, and they say he's going to step out of bounds. Step out of bounds, and it will give Pine Ridge the basketball. And Cole almost feels like Vermillion's really trying to force things to try to chip away at this Pine Ridge lead.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're failing to do offensively is share the ball and move the ball around. Vermillion, when they've been the most successful this year on the offensive end, has been averaging close to 15 assists a ball game. Is now a top of the key three on a great move there by Marvin Richard, 21 points. I think he came into the ball game, I think, averaging pretty close to 30. So right on his average pace. But Vermillion on the offensive end just playing a lot of one-on-one, not really sharing the basketball. Lots of forced drives just like that one.
By the way, we do not have official stats for Pine Ridge, as Casey Means did not get back to us for an interview or any official information on his team. 49-37, a travel was called before the shot against Pine Ridge, so we'll give it back to Vermillion. But it is a 12-point lead for the Thorpes, with 2:11 remaining in this third quarter. Again, Vermillion well below their average here at the moment, and double dribble called. Obvious call there. As again, Vermillion is just trying to think of the next move to break down Pine Ridge defensively. But of course, Pine Ridge just moving so quickly that it's hard sometimes to everything to catch up in the brain and try to find the open man. Richard, the third, off balance three. Slight contact there, but definitely sold it. And he'll be shooting three as the foul comes against Trey Hansen, picking up his first personal and the second team foul. So here we go. Marvin Richard, already 21, make it 22. And 8 points for the quarter. If he makes all three of these, he'll get double digits just in the quarter alone. Free throw is good. Giving him now 9 in this quarter. 51-37, back up to a 14-point lead as well, which ties the biggest lead for Pine Ridge, and all three are good. So 24 points for Richard in the ball game. 52-37. It's Carter Hansen as he brings it into the front court. Deep three. This one is off the mark for Trey Hansen to go out of bounds. And again, our scoreboard reader that we have, just advanced technology, does not like the number 5. But it is 52-37. Quick inbound. Robinson waits, but then has it stripped out of his hand. Quickly, the opposite way. Goes Pine Ridge. To the top with Jalen. Over to the corner. It's Little. Back to this corner. Richard, three-pointer, good. 13 points in the quarter, 27 for the ball game. And now a timeout is going to be called by head coach Jay Drake. 55-37, 18-point lead for Pine Ridge. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family-owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years' experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
I feel like I'm at the club or something here. 55-37. 86 seconds remaining in this third quarter. It's been all Pine Ridge. They led it at 9 at halftime, and they've doubled up their lead now here in the third quarter. Trey Hansen, the drive, kick to Cerny to the top with Robinson. Back to Cerny. Catch and shoot three for him, off the mark. Loose basketball for Steele as he gets it back. Oh my goodness. He hesitated on making the pass to Richard the third. Oh, airballed it. But it's an offensive board. Back out, goes to Steele. He'll catch and shoot three. This one is off the mark and rebounded by Skogsberg. Skogsberg still in the backcourt, gets by two defenders. Still Skogsberg, pump fakes one way off to Robinson. And Robinson count the bucket and is going to be fouled. He's got 8 in the ball game. 55-39. And one opportunity upcoming as the foul goes against Hollowhorn, picking up now his third personal. He has not scored in this quarter. In fact, he has not played much in this third. And the one opportunity, just like a lot of free throws so far this season for Vermillion, have missed.
5 of 9 for the game.
Drive in by Richard III, and then a charge taken. I don't know if that can be considered I don't even think he had the basketball. But he picks up his second personal in the fourth team foul. 55-39, 37.9 remaining in this third quarter. Robinson inbounds to Carter Hansen. So 2 seconds separate the shot clock from game clock. Vermillion just going to go normal pace here as they need a bunch of points. Trey Hansen over to Cerny. Cerny to Carter Hansen. Robinson will shoot the three. Good. And Robinson with that. 7 points in the quarter, 11 for the ball game. Vermillion still trails by 13. Steele out to Richard, who's got 13 points in this quarter. 27 for the ball game. Make it 30? No. This one is off the mark, and that is the end of quarter number 3. But Pine Ridge expands on their lead. Another 4 and lead it by 13 as we head to the fourth quarter. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
Producers, now's a great time to get your seed meters inspected so you're ready for spring planting. Right now, Grossenberg Implement, your John Deere dealer with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, is offering $25 labor per row all month long. Contact one of Grossenberg Implement's service managers and schedule your planter seed meter inspection so it's ready for spring. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Go to grossenberg.com for details.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Well, Vermillion's getting an explosion of points here in this fourth quarter if they want to knock off number 5 in Class A. Skogsburg, can he get started? Nope. Jalen with the rebound for Pine Ridge. On the opposite side, Pine Ridge can open this one up and cruise to a victory here inside the birdcage as we start the fourth quarter. As Cole, we certainly know one thing, Pine Ridge isn't going to slow it down.
No way, Jose. Now, this is a very fast-paced team. They like to put a lot of points up. I mean, they average 70 points a ball game, so I'd say they're going to at least get their average here tonight.
Hollow Hornet misses inside. And now a pass up in the front court. Skogsburg fakes around one, drives and scores, and then a whistle called. Skogsburg with now 18 in the ball game. Be heading to the free throw line. Trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Was it called on Hollowhorn there? It was. So he picks up now his 4th personal. He did not score there in the third quarter. He has 5 points in the ball game. And just as much as he'd like to stay out there, he's going to have to come out as he's the only Thorpe who is currently in foul trouble. Student section claps and puts their hands and rubs them together as Skogsburg tries to finish off the three-point play, and they won't. Offensive rebound, back out though for the Vermillion Tanagers. Skogsburg wants to drive again, was hit from behind, nothing called, and then Carter Hansen was fouled as he went back up. The foul goes against Gosper, picking up his 4th. And he's going to have to come out of the basketball game, and now Casey Means has seen enough. In his first 52 seconds, he's frustrated, and we'll take a timeout. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Carter Hansen goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and then a quick whistle after the missed free throw that goes against Skogsburg, picking up his first personal and the first team foul. Vermillion does have it to a 10-point lead. Can Pine Ridge put this one back up? At one point, their biggest lead of 18. The ball now goes out of bounds. Turnover, Pine Ridge. Well, Cole, we know what Vermillion can do points-wise. They still have an opportunity, but they probably need to start knocking down some threes of their own if they want to have a chance at making a comeback and knocking off number 5.
Yeah, you've seen what they've done defensively so far. I mean, they haven't allowed a point. Granted, it's only been a minute and 10, but like you said, on the offensive end, they need to start putting some good quality shots up and start getting them to fall.
Skogsburg, pump fakes, will now put up the 3. Oh, this one out of the mark, and then it goes out of bounds. Maybe some Tanager fans want some foul there on the contact, but both guys just going for the basketball. Again, simply out of bounds. And it will be Vermillion basketball. Trey Hansen inbounds it to Rorik. So he tries it back in his player, goes up through contact, and then a rebounding foul. That will go against Owen Robinson. Cole, the officials tonight have been extremely clean, calling fouls on each team throughout the evening.
Yep, because both teams have been playing fast. Lots of aggression, lots of picking at loose balls. But so far, I'd say they've been pretty good both ways.
Steele has it with a 10-point lead for Pine Ridge. And gets it to Richard III, drives in, 29 for him in the basketball game. Impressive.
Again, I think that was his average coming in, points per game.
Carter Hansen has it. trying to find something, forces up a shot, loose basketball. Everyone, and that's what it is right there. That hustle to get to the basketball. Even though Steele couldn't collect it, it goes out of bounds against Pine Ridge. You just see that effort by them. Seems like it's a step more. And Hollowhorn's going to come back in now. As Ghost Bear is going to come out, it is foul trouble for foul trouble. Ghost Bear has 4. Hollowhorn has 4. So they put Hollowhorn out there to get some rebounds, though. As Casey Means has seen enough of O-boards for the Vermillion Tanagers. Trey Hansen, scoop layup, left it short. Here comes Richard III. Almost made a great assist. Bounce pass. And foul. That will go against Little. Picking up his second personal. 3rd team foul. And a great move there by Trey Hansen. And a great job by Pine Ridge, by the way, also to keep Trey Hansen quiet. He has just 5 points in the basketball game. Of course, Trey Hansen is the leading scorer for the Vermillion Tanagers this season. Free throw is off the mark. Vermillion continues to struggle from the free throw line.
5 for 13 in the ball game, Heath.
Steele, jumper at the elbow, can't get it to go. 10-point lead for Vermillion. Certainly not out of this basketball game, and Pine Ridge can't fall asleep at the wheel yet. Trey Hansen over to Carter, to Rohrig. Rohrig back to Carter. Carter driving in. Puts up the shot, gets it to go. And for the first time since the start of this second half, Vermillion has it back underneath double digits. And the Vermillion fans all of a sudden get extremely loud here inside the birdcage. It's Steele. Back out to Hollowhorn. Hollowhorn to Jalen in the corner and can't silence the Vermillion crowd. Vermillion will clap their hands together. Rohrig has in the front court. Back out to Carter Hansen. To Robinson. He's got 11 points in the ball game. Almost lost his dribble. Back out to Carter Hansen. Pump fake, the drive, draws a double team, and there's going to be a bump there. Uh-oh. Hollowhorn says, was not me. Was not me. He does not want the foul on him. He would have fouled out of the basketball game. They do put it against Richard, but it's also the 4th team foul against Pine Ridge with 4:34 remaining in this 4th quarter. Next foul will get bonus. And now we're going to see Ghost Bear check back in, whereas Michael Kale will check out. So Pine Ridge does have 2 players with 4 personals out there on the court currently. Trey Hansen has it at the elbow as he dribbles back out. Try and make the move, puts up the difficult shot, and somehow gets it to roll. He's got 7 in the ball game. It's a 6-point lead. And again, the Vermillion faithful loud once again inside the birdcage. Over. 3 for Steele. Air ball.
That's the loudest this place has been probably all season.
I say it's gotten extremely loud all of a sudden. They get silent for the offense. Uh-oh. I say if he would have made that, it would have erupted. And Rohrig goes out of bounds as he tries to save it. And now Casey Means will take a timeout. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
57-51, a 6-point lead. It has not been this type of deficit for the Vermillion Tanagers since back in the 2nd quarter. Timeout from Coach Casey Means. He has 2 left. Jay Drake has 1 left as the birdcage gets loud once again as Pine Ridge has it offensively. Drive inside for Hollowhorn. Too strong. Oh, and then Hollowhorn is going to tackle Connor Rurig. It's the 5th team foul. It's the 5th personal foul, and Hollowhorn, by no means of his own, was just trying to fight for the rebound, and Connor Rurig just happened to kind of be there. But tackles him, and he will foul out of the basketball game. He'll finish with 5 points. But I think Cole, the main factor is more of that's the 5th team foul and gives bonus to Vermillion the rest of the way with 3:37 here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, and Hollowhorn was the biggest force underneath for Pine Ridge. He finished out of the ballgame with 9 rebounds, including 5 on the offensive end, and Vermillion cannot buy a free throw.
But the only good thing for Pine Ridge here will have to be the free throw shooting of Vermillion, as it's just been horrendous so far. And this one is good. Now going 1 of 2 from the free throw line is not going to get done for the Vermillion Tanagers if they want to win this one.
Or 6 of 15 for the ball game.
57 to 52. You make half of those even at this moment. We're talking about a 1-possession game. Steele makes a good move, drives in, and a foul as Skogsberg tried to take the charge, couldn't do so. And Steele will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. A good pump fake there by Steele. These are big free throws here at the moment. Steele can hit them both, puts it back up to a 7-point lead. It is the 3rd team foul, by the way, on the Vermillion Tanagers. The 2nd against Skogsberg. Free throw is off the mark. Steele gives high fives around everybody. Claps his hands together. He knows he wants it. Can put it up by 6 if he can make this 2nd one. Steele with just 8 points in the ball game. I shouldn't say just. 8 points in the ball game. Make it 9 as he hits the 2nd free throw. 58-52. Trey Hansen. Tries to put up a shot. It's going to be blocked away quickly the opposite way. Here goes Richard. The easy layup with that. He's got 31 for the ball game. The press broken easily by the Tanagers. Quickly the opposite way. Robinson is fouled. And count the bucket. Oh, what a bad foul there to give for Pine Ridge. 13 for Robinson in the ball game. It's the 3rd against Little as well. And again, it doesn't matter. We already see bonus, but it was on a shooting foul. So Vermillion can make it a 5-point game with 2:56 remaining in the ball game. Free throw is good for Robinson. He's got 14. 60-55, 2:52 4th quarter. The crowd continues to be loud here inside the birdcage every time Pine Ridge has the basketball. Steele, another great move, then he lost it. Oh, Steele made a great move to get by Trey Hansen, but then fumbled it away. Quickly the opposite way, leans into the 3, missed, and here comes Richard. It's a 2-on-1. Quickly, last second assist, foul, good. Count the bucket for Ghost Spare. And with that, he hits 11 points in the ball game. And Cole Larsh, just as Vermillion grabs momentum, it's a silly turnover and foul the opposite way.
Yeah, I don't understand what Hansen was thinking, I guess, on that shot. I mean, you got a full shot clock, you let your offense get behind you, maybe get something drawn up, and then if you take a good shot and you make it, it's a 1-possession game. Now you're staring at a 3-possession game. Just like that, it's a 6-point swing.
Free throw is up and good for Ghost Bear. He's got 12 for the ball game. 63-55, up to an 8-point lead. Oh, and then Robinson can't catch, loses it out of bounds, and it gives it right back to Pine Ridge. And Cole, you have a feeling if Pine Ridge puts this back up by double digits, it's game over.
Yeah, I mean, you're staring in the face right now where Vermillion had the ball down 5 with 2:40 to go, and we're possibly looking right here is now, I believe, that's Pine Ridge is in the bonus. You might be looking at an 8 or a 9-point swing just like that with 2 quick turnovers and some points on this end.
The player that moved over from Lakota Tech, Richard, has been phenomenal this season and is shooting 2 free throws after it was the 5th team foul. So bonus the rest of the way now for Pine Ridge. Oh my goodness, he left it short. Which we have not seen that from him yet this ball game.
No, he was 3 for 3 before that point.
Can put it up by a 9-point lead. Again with 31, make it 32 for the ball game for the Thorpes. 64-55. Cole, Vermillion needs a bucket. More specifically, they would love a three-pointer, and they'd like it quick.
Either way, it's got to be a good quality shot, because you take a bad quality shot right here and it doesn't fall. And we're probably looking at ball game pretty close, because Vermillion can't do anything offensively, and they're not helping themselves defensively either.
Yep, Skogsberg fouls immediately, which means bonus, as we already said. So we're shooting 2 free throws. Little, who has not scored yet here in the ball game, but has got a lot of playing time, will shoot 2. Again, as you said, put it up by double digits. It has to be ball game. And with that, he does so. So Vermillion makes a valiant effort. It's not over with yet, but it looks like that is the nail in the coffin. Pine Ridge, who came in ranked number 5 in Class A, 7-1 overall, looking like they're going to be 8-1. They haven't played since January 9th, and they show no slowing down here in their game for the first time. Feels like in almost a month. Hansen out to Cerny. To Skogsberg, he'll shoot the 3. This one is off the mark and rebounded by Steele with 1:45 remaining in the ball game. Pine Ridge says, we're not going to hold the basketball. We're going to shoot the 3. This one is off the mark for Richard. Saves it, though, to Jalen. Back to the top, square away. Ghost-Bear leaves it short. Offensive board again. It's to Little. Back out to Ghost-Bear. To Jalen. To Ghost-Bear. Almost lost it. Jalen has it. Tries to make the pass over to Richard. Robinson read it. Quickly the opposite way. He misses. Hansen tries to go up. Jalen is going to foul. But even all that drama, that still wasted a good 30 seconds.
At least, yeah.
And Carter Hansen will shoot 2.
And if you're a Pine Ridge fan or even a player, team member or something, you're probably thinking, oh, that wasn't a very good possession. But like you said, that took 35, 40 seconds off the clock, and Vermillion might not end up with any points out of it.
I love sticking to an identity, though.
Oh, absolutely.
We're up by 11. We just need to slow down. And they're just like, all right, let's shoot a 3 quick. You got to love it. Free throw is good. 12 points for Carter Hansen. Here they come quickly the opposite way. In transition, Jalen too strong with the layup. 10-point deficit for Vermillion. Hand off to Carter Hansen, shoots the 3. Good. Oh, my goodness. All right. Casey Means it was fun, but now got to slow down. 66-59. We're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
Grandpa? If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Coach Casey Means is closest to us. We did just hear him say something about a big lead and you gotta slow down.
A rough quote, we're up by 10 points. We need to slow down, not do this behind the back, going fast, blah, blah, blah. Again, that's a rough quote, but in essence, that's what he said in the timeout.
Basically saying, hey, we're going to win this, but if we go too fast and keep missing shots, we're going to give him an opportunity. All right, now, with a 7-point lead, bonus is already up there on the clock. Yeah.
And a big point, too, is that was Jay Drake's final timeout, so no timeouts for him in the final 60 seconds.
And, a turnover by Steele. Here goes Skogsberg, quickly the opposite way, lays off the glass. It's within 5 all of a sudden. Richard has it, up into the front court, go score. There you go. It was cherry picking on the opposite end, and they need the score just to make sure they kept it at a manageable distance. 7-point lead. Robinson the drive, kick out to Carter Hansen. Hansen over the corner, Cerny the three-pointer, good. It's 4 again. Landon Cerny, it's the first bench points for Vermillion. Cherry picking quickly the opposite way again is Ghost-Bear. Nice job by him just going and scoring quickly.
Yeah, their mentality is we're going to let Vermillion score, and when they do, we're going to have a guy camped out underneath the hoop.
Three-pointer for Trey Hansen's off the mark, and again, they're camping up ahead. Ghost-Bear is going to get it, lay off the glass, and scores again. take a breather, Pine Ridge fans. They're going to win it here in the end. Pine Ridge 72-64. It was a quick final minute that got testy a couple different times as Vermillion got it down to 4 twice. But in the end, Pine Ridge is able to get the victory 72-64 over the Vermillion Tanagers. Vermillion drops to 7-3 overall. And Pine Ridge Thorpes advanced to 8-1 on the season. We're going to step aside. Our post game is coming up. We'll see if we can't catch up with a player, get our final game statistics, and also see if we can't catch up with head coach Jay Drake. That is all on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Welcome back to Live Ticket TV, your home for the Vermillion Tanagers and the Pine Ridge Thorpes. As Pine Ridge, number 5 team in Class A, well, it was dicey there after quarter number 1 with Pine Ridge, a 1-point lead, but they were able to build on that. In fact, they never looked back after that moment and got the victory here tonight, 72-64 over the Vermillion Tanagers. Pine Ridge moves to 8-1 on the season, and the Vermillion Tanagers drop to 7-3 overall. Big thanks to Pine Ridge and Marvin Richard III as he goes off for 32 points this evening for Pine Ridge.
and a great performance from him and a great team performance overall from Pine Ridge as well. Cole, as we take a look back at these final game statistics, as we mentioned, a great team performance for Pine Ridge. What did we see from them across the board? And on the opposite side there for the Vermillion Tanagers, a good team effort in the end, but not enough. What are the final numbers that we have this evening?
Like I said, right behind Marvin Richard, it was kind of pretty balanced scoring there in the first half. It started getting a little bit more separated, but first we're going to start, like you said, with the visiting, the Pine Ridge Thorpes. They come in against 7-1. They score 72 points, led by Marvin Richard III. 32 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Then we're going to go down the roster as we see it numerically. Xavier Little, 2 points there in that fourth quarter with 5 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Ghost Bear finished with 18, 2 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Steele with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. Jalen Rouliard with 6 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, and a block. And Hollowhorn finished with 5 points, 9 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Pine Ridge, they score 17 in the first, 20 in the second, 18 in the third, and 17 in the fourth for their total of 72 points. They shot 9 of 13 from the free throw line. They moved to 8-1 on the season. Then for the Vermillion Tanagers, they score 64 points. They were led in scoring by Bryson Skogsberg. He finished with 20. Then we'll go down the roster numerically. Cerny with 3 points and 3 rebounds for him. Rohrig, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Skogsberg, again, 20 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Sloan Robinson, 14 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal as well. Carter Hansen finished with 15, 7 rebounds, with 5 of them being offensive, 5 assists, and 3 steals in the ballgame for him. And Trey Hansen, just 7 points for him, but 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Vermillion scores 16 in the first, just 12 in the second quarter, 14 in the third, and 22 in the fourth quarter for their total of 64 points. They shot just 8 of 18 from the free throw line. They fall to 7-3. Again, your final score inside the birdcage: Pine Ridge 72, Vermillion 64.
And this was definitely going to be a tough stretch for the Vermillion Tanagers over 9 days. Again, we talk about the 5 teams that they are going to face, and it began with number 1 Sioux Falls Christian. They lose that one 81-50, and now here in game number 2 of this 9-day stretch, the number 5 team Pine Ridge Thorpes 72-64 is your final score. Again, with Marvin Richard III there goes for 32 points. And Cole, you have to give credit to where credit is due. Pine Ridge, all about speed, and don't forget speed. And they do it with that tonight, and that's exactly how they get this victory.
Yeah, we knew coming in that they're going to be a fast team. They're going to take a lot of shots. They're going to try and get a lot of steals defensively, and I feel like that is exactly what happened inside the birdcage here. I mean, they just came out super fast, and they said, here's the deal, Vermillion. We're going to play this fast. We're going to play this fast. Can you keep up with us? And through the first 3 quarters, I mean, maybe the first 2.5, the answer was not really. And then they started coming back a little bit, tried mounting a comeback in the fourth, but in the end, it was just Pine Ridge's fast offense and the really fast defense. They got their hands in a lot of passes. They stopped a lot of drives by tipping the ball away. And, I mean, Pine Ridge is a really good team, and you got to give them a lot of credit. They play really fast, and they want to try and put up as many points on the board as possible.
When it comes to other games across the state of South Dakota, well, not really seeing a whole lot to mention here at the moment, just because on the boys' side, at least, a lot of games don't happen until later, as this one did happen sooner in the evening, as we expected to get in a long drive. But on the girls' side, just a couple of games to note. Millbank has beaten Del Rapids in girls' action in the DAC 12, 26-19. Also, Freeman is beating Parker 14-10. That is a Region 4A opponent. And also, just getting underway, Lennox is beating Platte Geddes 6-4. I mean, that is still in the first quarter as well. Cole, final thoughts with us here on this one.
I mean, we knew coming in that Vermillion was going to have to bounce back in some way, coming after that tough loss on Saturday off of a game that we really didn't know was happening until the day before about noon. So maybe a little bit of interesting scheduling there. I mean, nobody didn't really seem like they came out prepared, and they definitely didn't come out shooting the ball very well. And you just can't do that against a really good Sioux Falls Christian team. And they come out today, and you got to think, okay, you got to try and keep up with them. For the most part, Vermillion did. It just kind of what killed them a lot was the offensive rebounds, and especially with a high three-point shooting team, you always have to think that the farther away they shoot from, the farther away the rebound's going to come from. So was just a matter of a couple of those things, and eventually in the end, shots just couldn't quite fall for the Tanagers.
Before we wrap up here on the broadcast, let's continue on and get our players interview with Bryson Skogsberg. As again, Bryson has been phenomenal all season long. Bryson, I said to Jay Drake before this game started, you went 0 of 7 from the three-point line on Saturday against Sioux Falls Christian, but you just kept on shooting. You had that confidence to keep on shooting. You've been lights out with that little step three-pointer. Where does that confidence come from as a freshman?
Just trusting what I've always been doing, all the practice I put into the game. Coach is putting that confidence in me too. It's telling me in the huddles it's not going in, but eventually it's gonna. Keep letting it fly. And a couple of them did fall, but it fell up short.
This love for basketball for you, we've now seen it over the past couple of years. Where does that come from?
Playing the game since I was 5, and it's really big in my family. We all love playing it. My aunt went and played in college, won a couple national championships, and I guess I'm just taking after her. I want to do that dream.
No, it's been amazing to see what you've seen so far. As you mentioned, this game, it's a tough loss for your group tonight to 72-64. We see how fast Pine Ridge is, but just how fast are they out there on the court?
They're speedy, quick, they're smart. They gamble a lot, but they do it in a smart way, and they're going to be a damn good team.
So we see that, again, they're ranked number 5 in Class A. This has been a tough stretch now for your group. First time this season losing 2 straight. What's been the message in the locker room?
We just got to be smarter and not make those mistakes at the end of the game, leaving those 2 guys wide open for layups. Got to play together, and yeah.
Well, hey, it's going to happen. You're seeing some of the best competition right now here in Class A, 72-64. A couple days off before you get a very tough Del Rapids team. What did head coach Jay Drake say there in the locker room?
Just got to be ready to prepare for them and just get into practice, start playing as a team, playing together, and go get a win Thursday.
Well, Bryson, you keep on shooting the way you have been,
yes,
and
sir.
Just keep lining up the scoreboard, all right?
Thank you.
There he is, Bryson Skogsberg here on the postgame show as he's been phenomenal, the freshman, all season long. As again, the final score 72-64. We are going to wrap things up. We'll catch up with Jay Drake coming up on Thursday. As again, Vermillion does fall 72-64 over the Vermillion Tanagers. Thanks to Bryson Skogsberg for catching us up. Big thank you to Cole Larsh here as well. I'm Heath Nimke. Until Thursday in Del Rapids, have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening.